Hello everyone, it's Deb again. So I thought I would upload an update video because I haven't uploaded anything for a while. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm still here, still doing okay. And today is Easter, so happy Easter to all of those who celebrate. And, you know, there's just been a little bit of this and a little bit of that going on. Nothing earth-shattering or anything. I did buy a bunch more stuff to engrave on. I've got many different pens, and a lot of them are wasted because, well, I had to practice, but then I finally got all the settings right, and these are going to be all my samples. And some of them take a little bit longer, like these are stylus pens that have, it's a clicker pen, but there's a stylus on the end, and it's like a rubberized coating. And so those are actually taking longer to engrave because there's a thicker coating than on the regular metal. And so I've just got to deal with that part. But that's been going okay. I got some wooden bottle openers, which these are really nice, and they actually have been turning out really well. And then these are just anodized aluminum can opener, and then bottle opener. And then I bought this box here. This is just a display box. I was looking for some pegboard, and actually it folds up. It's really nice. It's like $33, but it's nice. See, I can close it and keep the pegs in there and keep my product in there. And it's got these handles, and it will fit in a nice small space. I might get another one of these because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need more space. So I bought a lot more different keychains. You know, these came out really nice. So on the front I'll have a design, and on the back I can put the person's name. I've got Tree of Life and just some floral designs and everything in different shapes, different sizes. And I've got way more than this, way more. And then these are my anodized aluminum pet tags. They don't hang very well, but I'll have to get over it. And I still have more tags to put up there. So that'll be nice for display for when I'm doing craft shows and stuff like that. And then for these pens, some of them didn't really turn out very well because they're very shiny. And while I can see the engraving in real life, I can't get good pictures of it. So I do not think I will ever buy these again, just because it's so subtle. Like you can't see it, you know. I mean, they're cute. I thought I would use it for, you know, it says bride and groom name. I don't know if you can even see that or not. But, you know, the rose quartz or rose gold, whatever color. But I don't think I'll buy them again. And then I had bought these gold ones, and again the engraving came out so subtly that I just don't know if people would want to buy it or not. You have to look at it just in the right light, and so that's the best I could get it. And it doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty good in real life, but I didn't know about selling them. So I thought I would just engrave them all with my name, with my business on there, and then just like give one away free. If somebody bought, you know, $20 worth or $30 worth of stuff, I would give them a free pen or whatever. So that's what I was going to do with that. But then one of the channels that I watch, I come across it through Peter Santinello. He's pretty popular. Y'all might know who he is. But he did an interview with Titus Morris in Liberty, Kentucky, and he's a minister down there, and they're building a new church, and their church is going to have a library, and it's going to be really nice. And so I don't know, as I was watching some of their videos, they do unboxing videos, you know, because they have an Amazon wish list and people have been sending them stuff and everything. And as I was watching that, I thought, well, that would be lovely to send, you know, engrave the name of the new church onto these. And they could have these in their library, because there's like, you know, almost 50 pens altogether. And I could have kept them for myself, but I really did feel very inclined to do this for them. And again, the lighting and the camera, I don't know if you're even going to be able to pick that up, but it says Henson Creek House of Prayer. And it does not show well on the camera and with the lighting behind me, so I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, you can kind of see that. But there was two different styles. One had a flat end, and the other one has like a rounded end. And so I just did all these with their little name on it, and so they can just have them there in their library in the church. And so those are all engraved. And then I went ahead and bought them some other stuff. So this is their goodie box, and some of it was actually on their wish list and some of it was not. It was just stuff that I think that they would like. And so I've got food and snacks. They've got a lot of volunteers down there who are helping to clear the land and work on the farm and everything. And so after watching their videos, like every one of them, I came to kind of realize what they actually could use. And so I just picked up some other stuff from Amazon, and they've got a lot of kids there, so I bought a bunch of boxes. Those are the single boxes with like 4 crayons in them, you know, for the little ones. And then these are coloring books, Bible coloring books. And these are just like business cards that have, you know, Bible verses or positive sayings or whatever on them, and they're a bunch of different designs. And I got them an acrylic business card holder. It's got like 3 tiers, and so they can separate these out and stack them in there and put them there in the church for anybody who wants like a bookmark or something for their Bible or whatever. And you know, and then they can have the pens right next to it, because I bought some, these are acrylic pen holders. They're just square, about that tall, and so that they can just, there's 2 of them, so they can split them up between the 2 different designs and just stick them there in those pen holders and have them next to those cards and everything right there. And then I bought them some books about biblical cosmology, and hopefully they'll be able to read those and then put them in their church library for others to read. And there's a couple more down there. And then just some other stuff that I thought they might find useful that was either on their wish list or not, you know. But I got the kids some games and puzzles and snacks and all that kind of stuff. And what else? Oh, I just have to ship this out. I've been waiting because I haven't had the funds to ship it out. It's pretty big and pretty heavy, so I've just got to wait until I get some more money to mail that out. And then these are the screens that I made for my rig. They're the mesh no-seam material. And what I did was took some bias tape and wrapped the corners, and I used the double-sided sticky tape, the no-sew tape, and I just went along and laid it in there and then glued it together. But it's so strong and it's so sticky that once I had these on my car for several days, it started getting ooey and sticky because there was so much adhesive on it. And one of my magnets is even starting to slip out of the seam. So I've got to fix that before I do any big trip in the summer. So I bought this big roll, way more than I needed, but it was the only way I could get this wide bias tape, and so I'll just wrap that over this existing bias tape, and then I'm going to have to just sew it all, you know, sew all the way around it. There's my sewing machine under there. So that's another project I need to get done fairly quickly before it starts getting too warm and the mosquitoes start coming out. And oh, I did end up getting my hair cut. It got pretty long. It grew like 5 inches. It's been 1.5 years since I got it cut, but the ends were starting to kind of get straggly, and not very many split ends. Like, my hairdresser was super impressed this whole time how well it's doing. But eventually, and the winter is not helping because I have to wear all these fuzzy clothes and the static and everything. And eventually it was just, I don't know. It looks real good now, but it was just getting stray. So at the end of the video, I will put a before picture, because I had her take a picture before she cut it, and then I had her take a picture after it was done. Actually, we forgot to do it there, so when she was at my house, she came over that next day or whatever, we were standing right here, and she took a picture of the afterwards. And so I'll put that at the end of the video. And I've just been doing a lot of work outside. All this was overgrown from the winter. All these beds are falling apart. And I had a bunch of strawberries in here, so I've had friends come over and they've been transplanting those. And there's still like a half a bed more of strawberries that they're going to come get, hopefully this week. But those are the hoops, the PVC pipes that I had in here, spanning over to the other side, and that's what I used to put the screen and plastic on when I was doing gardening. And then I've got to do a burn pile here. This was like 4 feet tall, just full of brush pile, and I knew I couldn't start it with it being that tall. I knew I needed to start it out small and then add to it. So I actually sorted through all of that, and I made different types of piles. I got wood, you know, regular size, and then smaller, and then this is like tinder. And so I'll just start out small, and then I'll burn that, and then I'll move up, and then I'll just be able to keep the fire relegated to those two. Those are semi-tire rings. And then all back here was, oh, it was a huge mess. It was a huge mess. This is the back of the garage. And leaning up against it for years now, we have had old broken down plywood that was part of my compost pile. Years ago, this was my compost pile before it got overgrown. And for the walls of it, I used leftover plywood that we had in the garage. They were actually climbing walls. And so they had a use inside the garage for climbing. And then we reused them out here for the compost. And then when they started falling apart, we just leaned them up against here. And there were so many weeds and everything. I had to clear out all the weeds, all that wood. And so I've got like 3 big trash bags full of weeds and junk to take out to the road. And I don't know, it looks better than it did. My friends came over and helped me. The friends who took the strawberry plants, they actually helped me clean up a little bit. And then even after they left, I was out there for hours. And I was going to take a trip down to southern Indiana. Let's see if we can get you looking at here for the eclipse. As you all probably know, April 8th is a full solar eclipse, and it's going straight through Indiana. This is the full totality right here, and then this is the range of it. And the further out you get, the less total darkness you get, and the less time it'll be totally dark. But if you were right on that line right there, you would be in total darkness for like, I think it's 4 minutes and 4 seconds or something like that. But I live in northern Indiana, and so I thought it would be good to take you know, another little shakedown trip and come down here to this strip. But you know, it's so far away, and my rig takes so much gas that I don't know, I decided against it. And it's going to be horribly crowded. Like, the only place you can get free camping is in these areas in the green. That's the Hoosier National Forest. And even the campgrounds that are free, you have to make reservations for them. They're still free, but you have to make reservations, and they are all booked up. And everywhere on their website it says make sure that you have backup plans, because they are expecting it to be full pretty much everywhere. And so I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to go to my girlfriend's house, my hairdresser. She actually lives down in this band, and so I'm going to go to her house to see the solar eclipse, and I'm going to film it, so hopefully I'll be able to put a video out afterwards and show you guys what it looks like and everything. But instead of going for just one day, I decided to ask her if it would be okay if I could just park, you know, in their driveway, because they live on a huge property with, I mean, just huge. And so for that weekend, so Saturday night, Sunday night, I'll camp out in my rig in their driveway, and then I'll be there and we'll see the eclipse together on Monday. So that should be exciting. And it's not near as much gas. She doesn't live as far away as I was going to need to go if I was going to the Hoosier National Forest. So I'm sure there's other things I probably wanted to tell you, but the video's already getting long, so I'll just leave it at that. And hopefully I'll have some good videos coming up, you know, when I'm on my trip, and maybe I can video some other stuff there that I normally wouldn't want to do standing out here in my own front yard. So I will talk to you again some other time. Bye.